All right, folks, I will call to order the Center Region Council of Governments General Forum meeting for October 30th to order. Please rise as you're able and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. And we will now recognize Mr. Binkley to call the roll.
Mr. Balachandran. Here. Mr. Hayes. Mr. Herndon. Here. Mr. Kasab. Here. Ms. Krishnan Kudi.
Here.
Mr. Myers.
Present.
Mr. Portney. Mr. Bernier. Here. Mr. Best. Here. Mr. Frank. Here. Ms. Mariner.
Here.
Ms. Trainer. Here. Mr. Heller. Here. Mr. Patterson. Here. Ms. Stevens.
Here.
Ms. Strickland.
Here.
Mr. Thompson. Here. Mr. Beck. Ms. Hartle. Ms. Perkins. Mr. Piper. Mr. Chavello. Mr. Hammeister. Here. Mr. Harden can't join us. Mr. Lord. Here. Ms. Moriarty.
Here.
Mr. Wilson. Mr. Abrams. Ms. Hycheski.
Here.
Mr. Magruder. Here. Ms. Robb.
Here.
And Ms. Whitman. Mr. Chair, we have a quorum. Give the meeting back to you.
Sounds good. It does look like Mr. Portney of State College Borough can at least hear us.
Yes, I can. Sorry, I was late and then I didn't want to interrupt all the other roll call, but I am here and present.
You're good. Saw the thumbs up there. Do we have any public comments? First, we'll start in the room. Not seeing anyone in the room. Anyone online? All right. Seeing none. Anyone with new agenda items? Seeing none. Tonight's consent agenda, we have the approval of the minutes, a general forum receipt of 2024 audits, and the active violence run hide fight training. If there are there any corrections to the minutes or any items the members of the forum wish to pull? Ms. Trainer. Slow down there, Mr. Haymeister.
I'd like to pull CA3.
So pull in A3?
CA3.
CA3, okay. Do I have a motion to approve consent agenda items CA1 and CA2?
No move.
All right, have a motion by Mr. Myers, second by, was it who?
Ms. Mariner.
Miss Mariner, thank you. Heard somebody online there. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. All right, consent agenda item CA3, active violence run, hide, fight training, and Ms. Trainer is recognized.
Since the decision was made by Public Safety to make the recommendation for both the training in November with the Ferguson Township Police and a recommendation for to do the FEMA training, we've found out that the FEMA training is no longer available online. So that's a concern, and I wanted to bring it forward for members to discuss. With changes in the federal budget right now, that training is not available, and my concern is going forward, there could be accessibility problems, and I think with a safety training, it's important that we have either, regular access, but the other concern I had is that the seminars are scheduled at set times during business hours, and there are no recorded sessions, and there are no sessions on demand. So for electeds or staff who can't attend during business hours, that might create another obstacle to getting the training. So I wanted to bring that forward tonight for discussion.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Is it,
Ms.
do you know,
Stevens.
is it something that we can purchase and have as like a library? I mean, or kind of a library purchase it for us and
I don't
that
know.
sort of thing that's available to COG wide and?
Yeah, I think it's possible. I know certainly where I work for Mount Nittany Health, we're mandated to do an active shooter training, an online active shooter training on demand every year. And so that's a module. It's not an in-house training that's been developed by Mount Nittany so far as I know. So I believe there are modules available for purchase, and then how to operationalize that, I would leave the details to staff. But if there's some interest in exploring further how we might do this in a way that would be both accessible and consistently available. I think that's a reasonable thing to think about, given the fact that this is about staff and elected official safety.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, especially since we have so much turnover in electeds each year, so I support that, yeah. I don't know where we go from
Any
here.
other questions, or what was that, Ms. Stevens?
No, I just don't know what the process is from here.
If I could make a suggestion, I think the idea was just to give everybody a heads up. We may
Right.
have to pivot on this and maybe leave it to the safety committee to reevaluate next month
Yeah.
and potentially bring a revised recommendation back based on what they find.
Yeah.
I think that was the intent tonight, was just an update.
Yeah, I think it's good to just leave it an update. I did actually look into this myself today, and it looks like there are options of alternatives out there. But, I think that will be best to address and bring back to the general forum on another day. But now that we are aware of it, it is something we can look into until our next meeting, so. Can I have a motion to approve this consent agenda item?
So moved.
And do we have a second?
Second.
All right, I had a motion by Ms. Stevens, second by Mr. Portney. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. All right. That will then bring us to municipal comments on the 2026 COG summary budget, and the executive director is recognized.
Thank you so much, and thank you to all of our municipalities for welcoming both me and Kim to your individual meetings. We had a lot of great discussion at some of those. All of those comments were put together, provided to the executive committee for distribution, and it is at this time that we are asking for a motion to send that out to the municipalities for your vote on the COG 2026 budget. We heard, very positive comments throughout our municipal tour, and we're very happy with the responses that we received and with the participation of every community in those discussions. We have some marching orders to move forward with the Finance Committee on continuing some policy discussions, but overall we are pleased with the budget, and it appeared that just about everybody else was as well. So look forward to concluding this process and moving on with the rest of our business.
Mr. Heller is
Would you
recognized.
take a motion?
Absolutely.
All right, and move that the general forum, as recommended by the COG Finance and Executive Committees, approves the 2026 COG summary budget, including the revised code transfer figures, and further refers the 2026 budget to the participating municipalities for adoption by December 31st, 2025.
Do we have- All right, got a motion by Mr. Heller, second by Mr. Kasab. Any discussion?
Thank you, Finance Committee. Well done.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Frank.
Mr. Portney is recognized.
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate my comments. I think the borough made pretty good comments with respect to, you can hear me, right?
Yep, we can hear you.
I think the borough made pretty good comments with respect to the use of fund balances, and as we go further into 2027, really with the focus on not overusing our fund balance and overburdening that reserve fund. And I'm happy to see that reflected in the overall budget. And I just want to emphasize for everyone present that that is a priority. And I think we need to be more fiscally responsible with that as we move forward.
Any other comments? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any, any opposed say no. Okay, motion passes. Next up, university report, and we will recognize Mr. Morales.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I got to admit, when I saw university report after budget conversation, I didn't know whether I should scream or curse or what, but I was thankful for that. So I just have a couple items, 3 bullet points here to share. And then, of course, if anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to help answer them. So when I was here last, I said next time I'll come prepared with enrollment numbers for fall of 2025. So I have those. So I'll start with total undergraduate students at University Park came in just shy of 43,000 this year. We're at 42,822. First year students is 9,148. University Park remains steady. We had a ton of applications this year. Overall enrollment, I would say throughout the Commonwealth, is down slightly, about 1.6%, but I think that was expected with the campus, the news of the campus closures and things like that. So, but yeah, happy to answer any questions if there are any. This information is now public. There was a news story printed, or I should say posted this morning. And also, if you guys are unaware, all this information is also available through university dashboards that are public as well. So if you need help finding those, please let me know. I'm more than happy to share those links with you all. So there's a lot of detailed information on the dashboards. Pretty much anything you want to find, you can find there. So, all right. The next thing I just want to bring awareness to is November 7th marks the start of Military Appreciation Week. This year's celebration will highlight Medal of Honor recipients, including Penn State alumnus Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy, who received the Medal of Honor for his heroic actions in Afghanistan. The week will be filled with a ton of events, from trivia nights to a tailgate, to a showing of the movie Lone Survivor as well on campus. All the activities are free and open to the public. They'll actually kick off on November 7th with a banner unveiling at the Fraser Street Commons in downtown State College. So if you're interested and can come out and show your support, we'd love to have you there. Also, something really exciting this year, we partnered with CATA. And CATA is going to be offering free shuttle service, game day shuttle service to all service members and their families. So again, really excited to partner with them and thankful that they came through for us as well. So, all right, well, moving right along. Lastly, I just want to again bring awareness to the Campus and Community Sustainability Expo, which will take place on December 11th at the Municipal Building in State College Borough. That will be from 5 to 7, where our students will be showcasing their projects that they've worked on throughout the community. I know a number of municipalities have worked with these groups. So again, if you're interested in learning more about the program and the projects that they're doing, I encourage you to come out and visit with us on December 11th from 5 to 7 p.m. Kind of crazy that we're already announcing events in December, but here we are. So, and that's all I have. Are there any questions for me? Yeah, Matt?
First, Elaine, thank you so much for the presentation. Just very quickly, one question and then one comment.
Sure.
The question would be, do we have an update of the acquisition of WPSU by WHYY at this point, would be the question, since the Board of Trustees voted on it. And second, the comment is, it might be good, since we have a lot of constituents that are very concerned about this, that in future reports, we just have a little bit of a touch point there to better understand how the process is moving along.
Yeah, so since the last board meeting, the board did vote to transition WPSU, but I'm thinking of a different word. It'll come to me as soon as I sit down. WPSU to WHYY for a transfer of assets. That's what I was looking for. Over a 3-year period, the transfer, I think, was for $1 as opposed to the previous deal that was on the table. And so we're continuing to work with WHYY, and I think WPSU is in touch with them and working with them. So yeah, as that progresses and we have more updates, I'm more than happy to share those. But nothing more than what has been already mentioned publicly, yeah.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So thank you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, you should probably.
I was gonna say Mr. Bernier, then Mr. Margarita, and we'll go with.
Thanks for asking that question.
Mr.
My question is, when was the last time we got to the university report at 7-Eleven?
I'm sorry, I can't.
When was the last time we got to the university report at 7-Eleven?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. This is,
That's all I had.
Slurpee time, 7-Eleven, yeah.
Mr. Magruder.
Can you all hear me?
Yep.
Thanks, Julian, for that presentation. With the Thanksgiving break coming up, just wanted to know if you had any information about the campus and when it comes to housing, dining services for students who aren't necessarily able to leave, what sort of resources are available to those students, and also thinking about, our students in our Patton Township area, wondering about if our local communities can be of support to some of these students who may not have access to some of these services. So not sure if you have information about that housing and dining.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the question. We do have holiday or break housing available on campus for students. They do have to request that ahead of time, so they do have to know if they're going to be staying or not. Of course, if there's emergency situations, we'll work with them. Not all, as you can imagine, not all eateries and such on campus are open during those times, but there are some that are made available for those students who are living on campus. So I don't have an actual listing of which ones are open or which ones are closed, but there are dormitories that do stay open throughout all of our breaks for those students who cannot make it home, especially over the long winter break as well. So again, they have to know that they're staying and request housing ahead of time, but we do work with those students on a one-by-one basis. And as far as, it's a great question how you can help. I don't know how to answer that just yet. I mean, maybe, I know I had a great conversation with Pam, and maybe there's opportunities where we can collaborate in the future and just kind of share information and figure out ways that you can help if that's what you'd like to do. I don't know if he's texting or mute. Yeah, there you go.
That's helpful. And so you said the students will have to request that if they know in advance. Is the messaging going to go out to those students? And I'm seeing maybe, even in Patton Township, some of our social media, we may be able to push some of that information out to the students who are residents in our area.
Yeah, so I don't know specifically if that's pushed out or when it's pushed out. I know it does currently live on their website for housing services. There is a bullet point there for that specific purpose. I'm not too sure. I could follow up with that to see if they do any kind of marketing efforts around it to make sure students are aware. But I do know it does live on their website currently.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I remember like 13 years ago, the resident assistants would basically send that information out like, hey, move out 3 o'clock Saturday. If you need housing, call this number or email this address for assistance. So, yeah. Ms. Krishnaketti.
Yes, thank you. So thank you for the report. And I did, especially the enrollment numbers, I did see the article. And one thing that struck me was that there was a decrease in graduate students. Mm-hmm. So there was about 420 students less, and 3%. And it mentioned that 75% of grad students are international. So I was wondering if you could give us a sense of that decrease. Is it because of funding? Is it visas? Is it decreased applications? Do you have a sense?
Yeah. So this has been the topic of conversation, as you could imagine. We don't know necessarily. We don't have one kind of reason to point to, but our assumption is a combination of what you've just mentioned, up and including international students. I think across the board are electing to go elsewhere for their higher education, meaning they're not coming to the U.S. Again, I don't have scientific data to back that up with me today, but that's kind of the assumption and the conversations we've had with our enrollment experts to kind of figure out what's happening there. But I think there's a combination of things. And so, again, as the fall progresses, I think we'll know more. And we do survey all of our students, both those that come and those that do not come. You could imagine the ones who do not come, we don't get a great response, but occasionally we do, and that information is very telling. So if there is anything worthwhile that comes from that, I'll be sure to let you know. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Well, I ask you all to pray to the football gods this weekend that we don't get beat too bad. So in any case, thank you all. I appreciate it.
Thank you. State College Area School District report, and tonight we are joined by Ms. Brandt.
Yes, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. I just have one thing to share with you all. The school district on Monday night approved to hire Massaro Construction Management Company for the Park Forest Middle School project. And we're all very happy about this. This is the same construction management company that we worked with for the high school project, Memorial Field, and the 3 elementary schools, and everything turned out phenomenal with them. So Park Forest Middle School is well on its way. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? All right. Seeing none, thank you.
Thank you.
Executive Director's Report, Mr. Estelle.
Thank you very much. We are in the midst of kicking off the open enrollment period for benefits, which this year takes on a bit more with the new dental and vision insurance, and also the employee review season. I know a few of the agency directors have already informed me that they have their self-evals ready for my read-through, so we will be working through all of those as well. The reason I have not gotten to those is that I, along with all of your managers, were down in Florida for the ICMA conference. I appreciate those who were able to show up today. I know Centrise and I landed at about 11:30 last night, so it is, we're just now getting back into things and trying to pick up pieces from that. However, I was joined by several of the local managers for a presentation last Saturday at that conference. It went extremely well as we went through kind of the origin, operations, and planning that we do for a regional park system, which is a topic that is very interesting to people across the country, and how just how municipalities are able to get along with one another, with their neighbors, because this is an oddity throughout the country. And we had a lot of great questions from the audience and a lot of very interested parties in the model that we have here. So I think that's, kudos to all of our municipalities for the efforts that have been made through the years. But also wanted to thank all the managers for joining me in that as well. There were a few technical challenges from the conference team since they could not get any of their IT equipment to work on the first day of the conference, but we did manage to make it through and had a good time. We had a proposal come up to the executive committee from College Township regarding our committee structure for COG, and the staff and I will be investigating some options through this month and presenting those to the executive committee. The original proposal made the recommendation that COG look to remove both the facilities and the HR committees because those committees existed prior to the hiring of professionals into positions in the COG administration to handle those tasks. We are well satisfied with the employee services that we are receiving from those, and so that is an opportunity to put less on the plate of our elected officials by changing those committees as well as considering changing the Parks Capital Committee into a Parks/Library Committee, as those are the only two agencies that do not have a direct committee structure as kind of a liaison between elected officials and those agencies. So we're not looking to make a whole lot of choices real early. The easier ones would be doing away with facilities and HR. The Articles of Agreement say that we may have those committees. It does not require us to have those committees. Others would take a longer look. However, I will also work with the other agency directors to look at the full structure of committees to see if there are other recommendations that we may have for amending that structure moving forward. But just so everybody knows what work is going on, there's no decisions to be made just yet. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, was the Finance Committee also on that list? Just a question.
If the finance director makes a recommendation.
No, I'm not. Rich is like, oh, I've got to get him.
So
I have nothing else to do.
So we will continue the work on that and report out to the executive committee. And the last bit that staff and I will be working on moving forward is creating a new kind of orientation for elected officials. Since it is an election year at the local level, we want to be able to provide a great education to those who are coming on, as well as any of our existing elected officials who may want a better education in what COG is, how we operate, what all we cover. My understanding is that a good number of our sitting officials did not go through kind of a full process for that. We want to make sure that you know and understand what facilities we operate, how we operate, give you a tour of the building, because I know a number of you have still never even walked through this building beyond this room. So we'll put something together to make sure that we have a good experience for all of you and those who are going to be coming on in the new year. If there's anything specific that you want to see in a training, please send me a message or come and talk to me, and we'll do our best to include that. And that is it for me.
Any questions?
Seeing none, any agency directors have reports tonight? Ms. Collins?
So I have two new pieces of communication that we are sending out from the library that I just wanted to make sure all of you were aware of. The first one is this wonderful welcome neighbor, we can't wait to meet you, SCLO Center Region Library communication. This is going out to all individuals that are moving to the center region. What we have done is we've also included on the back not only a QR code to SCLO Library's calendar of activities, but also the calendar of activities for Center Region Parks and Rec. So we had mentioned that we were getting ready to do this, and I just wanted to let everyone know that those are just going out in the community. We do have a staff member writing a little note on them saying welcome, and then we're kind of noting where their township our borough is, and say welcome also to Ferguson Township, welcome to Patton Township, for example. So I think it's a nice touch, and hopefully it will help people get oriented and give them a first place to go so they can get information about their community. We'll let you know how this goes. This is a pilot program for us, but we are very, very excited to finally be able to offer this. Any questions about that piece of communication? Nalini?
I have to look at the chair. No, thank you. I think this is a great idea. I was wondering how you are accessing the residents that are moving in. How are you?
Well, we have amazing reference librarians at SCLO Center Region Library. We actually have some databases that we have access to, actually that everyone has access to through. from their school library card. So we are using one of those resources in order to get that information, pull it out. We're comparing it to make sure that individuals don't already have a library card with us. And then further, we're looking to make sure they're not just moving within our area, but they're truly moving from outside the area. And all of that information is available not just to individuals, but also to businesses that are trying to put together plans for marketing, for example, and that type of thing.
And I asked you this because I had a student volunteering at Lion Bash who had been here for 2 or 3 years. And I mentioned my car's parked, and I said, past the library. And he said, there's a library here? And so, I just didn't want to miss the students either, and was wondering whether they'll get this.
So we are not, this is for individuals that are actually purchasing a home. So we're not getting some of those more transient individuals who might be going and coming in and being in like an apartment building or something like that. And that was very much just based upon the mailing budget that we thought we could do. We thought first we'll start with the individuals purchasing homes, and then we'll sort of look to expand. But we do go to the Penn State campus actually during some of the events when we have new students coming in. We bring library card applications for them. We make sure that they're listed as Penn State students and tell them about the wonderful resources we have. So we're trying to get them that way. Thank you. Yes.
Just one question, maybe I should know this, but I don't. So with that, I guess this is complicated, but some of the people, individuals that move in, English may not be a second language. So, and I apologize because I haven't really thoroughly looked at the website, but is there places on there where things are interpreted into different languages, or is there a way, I don't know how.
Yes, actually our website does have the ability to be used with different sort of screen readers, which will go ahead and take that information and allow it to be translated. Also, when you get into the library, you'll see many of our brochures as well as our self-checkout machines have a multitude of languages for individuals to choose. It all depends on sort of how they're navigating in, what resources they're using to navigate the web, but we've deliberately designed everything to make that as easy and as open as possible.
Mr. Porter?
Thank you, and thank you for this. I have an interesting question. So while you're at, introducing them to the library, and this is maybe a stretch too far, or if it's out of our mission, tell me that. But these are new, community members. Is there also an option? Just an idea. Is there also a way that we could give them a voter registration card or some kind of a civic, welcome to the community, here is your library, but also, be a full participant here in our government and our politics here? Is that something that can also be done?
I think that's a really interesting idea. We do right now have voter registration information available at all of our service desks. So I know that when we get them into the library, we can connect them in with that very important piece of information. I think it's a really interesting idea moving forward. Can this somehow be a portal to more than just the library's sort of calendar of events? So I think if it does turn out to be something that's effective in getting people's attention, I think we have the possibility to do some really interesting things to orient them to an even bigger, broader view of what their community is and the services that all of us provide together.
Thank you so much. That's great. I really appreciate that.
Any other questions?
Move to the second piece. I'm sorry, I'm going to be the long one tonight, so I'm going to break the record here. So I wanted to remind all of you, this is the time of year when you come into the library and everybody goes from wearing their maroon lanyards to their very hideously orange lanyards. And the reason why we do this is on the side for all of us it says funding our future. This is an indication to our community that what we are doing in the fall is asking everyone to go ahead and to give to the library in a meaningful way. We have some individuals that will come in and bring us $5. We have other individuals that will make a larger donation to the library. But the Fall Fund Drive is our largest fund drive that we do. It is even larger than Center gives for us. So the reason why I wanted to bring this today, most of you should have received in your mailbox our sort of Fall Fund Drive newsletter piece. This is our appeal. I call it a newsletter because on the back it has some really great information about the things that make SCLO shine. And that really has some of our information about some of our statistics, our services, the usage. On the other side, it's a beautiful picture, and it says, "Brighter tomorrows begin with you." And I just want to read you just a little bit of this in case you had not had a chance to do so. As the year comes to a close and the sun sets on another season, we think back on all the moments that made our library shine. Stories that sparked imagination, neighbors who gathered to learn, and connections that brought warmth to our community. Just as a sunset blends many colors into something beautiful, your support helps weave together experiences that make your library a vibrant place for all. Every single one of these that we receive is a vote from an individual who believes that the public library is an important piece of their community. And we know that so far, we're in our second week. We've already raised over $20,000. Our goal is over $100,000. So we really appreciate it if you can help us get the word out. Sometimes we find that these just kind of go to the bottom of someone's pile. They really want to give, but they just forgot. Sometimes we'll get one of these that is a couple of years old. That's okay. We'll still take it. But if you can help us get the word out, get people to go to donate.sclo.org, that would be wonderful. So, any questions?
Mr. Howell.
Yes, again, I appreciate the presentation. I know in the Finance Committee we hear about and are concerned with state and federal funding. The library is always the one that's going to get, that we understand is going to probably get hit first with what's going on at those levels. Because of that, would you say that this year in particular is probably an important year to donate?
Yes, and we've been trying to get that message out also to our community. SCLO Library, in addition to being an independent library, is also what's called a district library center. So because of that, though, as a district library center, we are already many months over receiving our funding. We should have started receiving those funds for the district library in about, I'd say, 4 months ago on average. So already we're sort of doing a little bit of math to make everything sort of work. Those district resources help to provide the backbone for our Libby app, so our ebooks and e-audiobooks. Those district resources also help us move materials throughout the counties and also throughout the state. So right now we are making things work, but things are going to get very tight very quickly. So we are asking everybody to, just in Pennsylvania, let's try to move this forward, get people to talk.
Mr. Bernier.
What was that website again? Donate.sclo?
Go.sclo.org/donate. Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you.
All right.
Or any other items?
You know what? That is all I could fit in today.
Okay.
So thank you much. Appreciate the opportunity.
All right, thank you. Any other agency directors? Authorities, boards, and committee reports. Any questions for executive committee? If not, finance committee. Mr. Frank, did you have anything?
I think we already discussed it.
It sounds like a plan. HR committee did not meet. Parks Capital Committee did not meet. Public Safety Committee, Mr. Kassab.
Thank you. The Public Safety Committee met on 10/14. It's in your packets, so everybody can read it. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but the first part of the meeting was on the active violence training, which we've already discussed, and it's going back to our committee for review and suggestions. The other issue was rental housing permit application fee increase at the COG level due to the amount of workload that it takes to put that together at their end. And we totally understood that and moved forward with that. Staff report, Center Region Code Administration update. There was an appeal hearing last month. The appeal had to be rescheduled. It looks like the appeal hearing will be held on the 31st of October. The results will be presented at the next month meeting. There are some large projects coming into the region. They have been anticipated and discussed during the budgetary process. Also, the new building code from 2021 was approved by Congress, will be coming on January 1st. Regional Fire Protection Program, the Director, Sean Kaufman, update on the call volumes for September. There were 165 calls, the second most of the year. The total call volumes were over 1,200 calls at the end, at the end of September. It was 1,261. The total is over 1,300 now, moving forward in October. And then he goes into some false alarms, increased over 2,000 hours from the volunteers. Center Region Emergency Management, introduction of the new part-time EMS employee, and hopefully I say Dan Letts. Mr. Letts is a member of the Alpha Fire Company. He is a lifelong resident of the Borough of State College. EMS update is supporting the football game and upcoming big hockey game in January. Also, the upcoming nationwide event and Ironman event next year. So, that's it.
Any questions? If not, facilities, Mr. Frank.
I believe it's properly described in the agenda. Thank you.
Any questions? If not, Land Use and Community Infrastructure Committee, Mr. Haymeister.
I draw your attention to the sentence that ends with Hessfield softball complex. That relates to public sewer. If we follow the traditional 537 process, that will not be undertaken until 2027. So we're talking another two plus years to even start thinking about sewer for Hessfield. In total, it'll be a total 16 years since we've been thinking about Hessfield. So it's time to start moving. We can do that shorter than 16 years. I'm concerned about it. Thank you.
Any questions? Climate Action Sustainability Committee, Mr. Heller, did you have anything to share or be able to take any questions?
I'm happy to take any questions. I am Ms. Whitman Standen, so the report, I believe, accurately reflects the meeting.
Okay. Any questions? I think we're good there. Parks and Recreation Governance Special Committee, Mr. Frank.
That one I would offer that hopefully in the month of November, we'll be bringing something forward to the municipalities, the authority, and the general forum to digest as far as an intergovernmental agreement between the parties.
Okay. Any questions? We already heard from SCLO, Center Region Library. Center Region Parks and Recreation Authority, did we have anyone here? EM Council, did Ms. Farkas have anything to add?
Nothing to add.
Okay, any questions? If not, we'll entertain any other matters of record anyone wants to bring forward. Mr. Portney.
Thanks. Yeah, I just wanted to bring attention to the SPPA update that happened on October 8th. I think everyone should take a look at the video, the meeting recording that's provided on the COG website. And I had a question. I asked Ben before, and I guess this is just a request for information for the public. Can you kind of give me an update about where we are with the working group meeting again to confirm where we are at with this? Ben, you gave me an answer, but I want to kind of get more clarification if possible.
We'll recognize Miss Adams.
Right, thank you. So the update on the PPA is that the consultant is working as stated with the developer. And we don't have a set meeting date for the next one. We're hoping that it could be in November, but until we get the information from the developer on any need for a change, we don't have a scheduled meeting. So that is the current status of it. They are working on discussions on what the, if there's any need for action, and that's what I know at this point. And the school district is aware that people are interested in meeting and getting an update, but there is nothing more to report at this time.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Courtney.
Follow up real quick, because I know that this was something where we talked about at the 8th meeting. I know because the consultant talks a lot with Paul Jackson's team. Have they gotten any information about financing yet, or is that still not?
That's still not available to us, that there's been any discussion of a problem or a change at this point. So we don't have anything to offer. They're talking about it. They've had some different discussions. There's been some conversations back and forth, but I don't have any updates on anything concrete as far as any reason to report anything differently.
Thank you so much, Pam. Thanks.
Right, any other matters of record? Otherwise, anyone want to present item 14? I was going to say we can leave before 8 o'clock. Thank you, Patty. Patty always got me. We are adjourned. Have a good evening, everyone.